What if everything you thought you knew about your own mind was a carefully constructed lie? Imagine a brilliant mind uncovering the very operating system of consciousness itself, only to then mysteriously disappear from the face of the earth. The deeper you dive into understanding your own consciousness, the more you'll realize just how much is at stake, not only for your own personal freedom, but for the future of humanity itself. This isn't just another self-help gimmick. It's about reclaiming control of your reality. In a world saturated with misinformation and subtle manipulation, understanding the true nature of your consciousness is your ultimate shield. Imagine unshackling yourself from the mental chains of limiting beliefs and fear-based thinking. That is the potential unlocked when you truly understand your own consciousness and its ability to be shaped by you. What would happen if enough people woke up to the power of their own minds? Could we collectively solve global challenges and usher in an era of unprecedented peace and understanding? This journey, however, is not without its perils. Some prefer that you remain asleep, and forces are at play that benefit from keeping humanity in the dark. For centuries, science has told us that consciousness is merely a byproduct of brain activity, a fleeting epiphenomenon with no real power of its own. Philosophy has long debated the mind-body problem, struggling to bridge the gap between the subjective experience of consciousness and the objective reality of the physical world. But what if both science and philosophy have been missing a crucial piece of the puzzle? What if consciousness isn't confined to the skull, but extends far beyond the individual, connecting us all in ways we're only beginning to understand? Think of quantum entanglement, where two particles become linked and instantaneously affect each other, regardless of the distance separating them. Could our consciousnesses be similarly entangled, forming a vast, interconnected web of awareness? Are we truly free when our thoughts, emotions, and beliefs are subtly shaped by societal narratives, media influence, and even technological algorithms? Prepare to question everything you thought you knew. What if your thoughts weren't entirely your own? What if the reality you perceive is just a sliver of a much grander, more complex existence? The figure at the heart of our story claimed to have unlocked these secrets, then vanished. Was it a voluntary departure, a transcendence to a higher state of being? Or was it a forced disappearance, a silencing by those who feared the implications of their revelations? The choice, ultimately, is yours. Accept the readily available explanations, or embark on a journey to uncover a deeper truth. Throughout history, there have been whispers of suppressed knowledge, hidden truths about the nature of reality deliberately kept from the masses. A recurring pattern emerges. Those who dare to challenge the status quo, those who seek to unveil the mysteries of consciousness, often face resistance, ridicule, or even outright persecution. Are you ready to unlock the secrets of your own consciousness and reshape your reality? So, what exactly did this figure reveal about the workings of consciousness that made them such a threat, or perhaps so enlightened that they simply transcended this reality? Their model wasn't just a rehashing of old philosophical debates or a dry scientific analysis. It was a synthesis, a radical reimagining of how consciousness operates, not as a mere byproduct of the brain, but as a fundamental field, much like a quantum field, that permeates all of existence. Think of the internet, every device connected, sharing information, influencing the network as a whole. Now, imagine that on a cosmic scale, with consciousness as the network and each individual mind as a node, both receiving and transmitting information, influencing the very fabric of reality. This figure proposed that our brains are not the source of consciousness, but rather highly sophisticated receivers and transmitters, tuning into this universal field. The implications are staggering, if true. It means that your thoughts, your emotions, your intentions aren't just private events happening inside your head, they're ripples in this cosmic field, potentially influencing everything around you and everyone else too. Central to this expanded model of consciousness was the role of intention. It's one thing to passively exist, to be swept along by the currents of life, but but it's entirely another to consciously direct your attention and intention toward a specific outcome. The figure emphasized that intention acts as a focusing lens, shaping the field of consciousness and directing its energy toward manifestation. Imagine you're sailing a boat. You can let the wind take you wherever it may, or you can grab the rudder, set a course, and use the wind to propel you toward your desired destination. Intention, in this model, is the rudder of consciousness, allowing you to navigate the seas of reality with purpose and direction. Think about the placebo effect. A patient is given a sugar pill, told it's a powerful medicine, and their condition improves, sometimes dramatically. What's really happening? Is it the pill itself, or the patient's belief, their intention, that triggers the healing response? Studies on manifestation, though often dismissed as pseudoscience, hint at the power of focused intention to statistically increase the likelihood of specific outcomes. It's the concentrated energy of your will bending reality ever so slightly toward the direction of your desires, or away from the things you don't want. And how does this intention actually manifest in the world around us? According to the figure, it all comes down to the observer effect, a concept borrowed from quantum physics. The double-slit experiment famously demonstrates how the act of observation changes the behavior of particles. When not observed, electrons behave like waves, existing in a state of probability. But the moment they're observed, they collapse into particles, taking on a definite state. The figure argued that consciousness acts as the ultimate observer, collapsing the wave function of reality and solidifying it into the physical world we perceive. Your reality isn't a fixed, objective thing. It's a fluid, dynamic creation constantly being shaped by your conscious and unconscious observations. You are not merely a passive bystander in the theater of life. You're the director, the stage designer, and the audience all rolled into one. As the figure was fond of saying, and let it sink in, let it become your mantra, awareness shapes reality. Repeat that to yourself now, feel the weight of those words, and consider the profound implications they hold for your life. Awareness shapes reality. Now, let's put this into practice. Let's explore some exercises to begin consciously shaping your reality. First, the visualization technique. Find a quiet space where you won't be disturbed. Close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, and allow your body to relax. Now, begin to visualize your desired outcome with as much detail as possible. See it, feel it, hear it, smell it, taste it. Engage all your senses to create a vivid, immersive experience. The more real it feels, the more powerfully it will imprint on the field of consciousness. Focus on the feeling of already having achieved your goal. What does it feel like to have that abundance, that fulfilling relationship, that perfect health? Hold that feeling in your heart and let it radiate outwards. Do this for at least 15 minutes each day and watch as your internal reality begins to shift, followed by the external world aligning to match it. Next, we have affirmation practice. Affirmations are positive statements that you repeat to yourself, reprogramming your subconscious mind and replacing limiting beliefs with empowering ones. If you struggle with self-worth, for example, you might repeat affirmations like, "I am worthy of love and respect," or "I am confident and capable." If you desire abundance, you might affirm, "I am open to receiving unlimited wealth and prosperity," or "I am grateful for the abundance that flows into my life." The key is to choose affirmations that resonate with you, that feel authentic and believable, even if you don't fully believe them yet. Repeat them with conviction and emotion, and watch as they begin to transform your self-image and your reality. Affirmations work by priming your brain to look for evidence that supports your new beliefs. It's like setting a new search query in your mind, directing your attention toward opportunities and possibilities that you might have previously overlooked. Another powerful tool is mindfulness. Mindfulness is the practice of paying attention to the present moment without judgment. It's about observing your thoughts and emotions as they arise, without getting caught up in them. It's about cultivating a sense of awareness and detachment from the constant stream of mental chatter that usually dominates our minds. Find a comfortable position, close your eyes, and focus on your breath. Notice the sensation of the air entering and leaving your body. As thoughts arise, simply acknowledge them without judgment and gently redirect your attention back to your breath. Do this for just 510 minutes each day, and you'll begin to notice a profound shift in your awareness. You'll become less reactive to your thoughts and emotions, more present in your body, and more connected to the world around you. Mindfulness allows you to create a space between stimulus and response, giving you the freedom to choose your reactions rather than being controlled by your automatic patterns. It unlocks your ability to observe your thoughts and emotions without identifying with them, recognizing them as simply passing phenomena rather than absolute truths. Finally, the reality check exercise, a technique for questioning the very fabric of your existence. Throughout your day, pause and ask yourself, is this real? Look around you, examine the details of your environment, and search for inconsistencies, for glitches in the matrix. Do things appear as they should? Are there any illogical or impossible details? Try to remember how you got to your current location. Can you recall every step of the journey, or are there gaps in your memory? Do this several times a day, in different locations and situations. The more you question your reality, the more likely you are to notice inconsistencies and anomalies, hinting at the possibility that this isn't what you think it is. Practice reality checks frequently throughout the day, especially during routine activities when you're most likely to be on autopilot. Look for repeating numbers, strange coincidences, or illogical events. Even the simple act of questioning can begin to loosen the grip of the perceived reality, opening you up to new possibilities and perspectives. But let's return to our central mystery. The disappearance of the figure who revealed these profound truths. Details surrounding their vanishing are murky, shrouded in conflicting accounts and unanswered questions. Some say they simply walked into the forest one day and never returned, leaving behind all their possessions. Others claim there was evidence of foul play, a struggle, perhaps even abduction. Rumors abound of government agents silencing them or shadowy organizations seeking to suppress their knowledge. Still others whisper of transcendence, of the figure achieving a higher state of consciousness and leaving this physical realm behind. What do you believe? Was it a voluntary departure, a silencing, or something else entirely? The motives behind the disappearance remain speculative, fueling endless debate and conjecture. Was the figure simply too enlightened for this world, choosing to ascend to a higher plane of existence? Or were they deemed too dangerous, their knowledge threatening the established power structures of society? Perhaps they stumbled upon a truth so profound, so earth-shattering, that it was simply too much for the world to handle. Consider the possibility that powerful forces felt threatened by the figure's revelations, fearing the implications of a population awakened to their own consciousness. After all, a society of conscious, empowered individuals is far more difficult to control than a society of docile, compliant followers. The truth, it seems, is often a dangerous thing, especially when it challenges the status quo. This disappearance echoes a historical pattern of suppressed knowledge and persecution of those who dare to challenge established systems. Think of Galileo Galilei, who was condemned by the Catholic Church for his heliocentric views, or Socrates, who was sentenced to death for corrupting the youth of Athens. Throughout history, countless individuals have been silenced, ridiculed, or even killed for their beliefs. The truth is a threat to those who benefit from lies and misinformation, and they will often go to great lengths to protect their power. In a world that often rewards conformity and punishes dissent, seeking knowledge and challenging the status quo can come with personal risks. Which leads us to a crucial question. Are you willing to take those risks? Are you willing to question everything you thought you knew, to challenge the established narratives, to explore the depths of your own consciousness, even if it means facing resistance, ridicule, or even danger? Seeking this knowledge may come with personal risks. Consider the potential for social isolation, as you begin to see the world differently from those around you. Be aware of the possibility of psychological distress as you confront uncomfortable truths and challenge your deeply held beliefs. Discernment and caution are essential. Verify information from multiple sources, trust your intuition, and be prepared to walk a lonely path. Let's examine some of the societal control mechanisms that may be at play, keeping you from achieving true consciousness and freedom. Consider the education system. Is it truly designed to empower you with knowledge and critical thinking skills, or is it primarily a system of indoctrination designed to produce compliant workers and consumers? Look at the emphasis on rote memorization, standardized testing, and conformity to authority. Specific examples include the downplaying of creative subjects like art and music, the suppression of dissenting viewpoints, and the discouragement of independent research and inquiry. Could it be argued that the education system is, in some ways, designed to dumb down the population, limiting their ability to think critically and question the world around them? And what about the media? Is it a reliable source of information or a tool for manipulation? Consider the concentration of media ownership in the hands of a few powerful corporations, the prevalence of biased reporting, and the use of propaganda techniques to shape public opinion. How often do you encounter news stories that are designed to evoke fear, anger, or division? How often are dissenting voices censored or marginalized? It's vital to recognize how media manipulation distorts reality, keeping people contained within a carefully constructed narrative that serves the interests of those in power. This constant barrage of misinformation creates a state of cognitive dissonance, making it difficult for individuals to discern truth from falsehood, and ultimately hindering their ability to awaken to their own consciousness. The economic system, too, plays a significant role in controlling consciousness. How does the relentless pursuit of wealth and material possessions distract individuals from seeking deeper meaning and purpose in their lives? Consider the ways in which consumerism is promoted through advertising, social pressure, and the constant bombardment of messages telling you that you're not good enough unless you buy the latest products. Highlight the ways in which debt and financial insecurity can keep individuals trapped in a cycle of dependence, preventing them from pursuing their passions and living authentically. Instead of seeking inner fulfillment and self-discovery, people are often kept chasing things, endlessly striving for external validation and material possessions, never realizing that true happiness and freedom lie within. Therefore, let's systematically dismantle some accepted truths about society and consciousness. You've been told that success means accumulating wealth, but what if true success lies in expanding your consciousness? You've been told that happiness comes from external sources, but what if it's a state of being that you cultivate from within? You've been told that you're a limited, powerless individual, but what if you're an infinite being with the potential to create your own reality? Question everything, challenge every assumption, and reclaim your power to define your own truth. Now, let's connect the dots. The figure's teachings about consciousness and the societal control mechanisms we've discussed are not separate issues. They're intimately intertwined. Understanding the true nature of your consciousness is the key to breaking free from these systems of control. When you realize that your thoughts, beliefs, and perceptions are being shaped by external forces, you can begin to consciously choose your own reality. It starts with awareness, recognizing the subtle ways in which your mind is being manipulated. Then comes discernment, questioning the information you receive and seeking out alternative perspectives. Finally, there's action. Taking steps to reclaim your mind and create a life that aligns with your true values and desires. Learning to see the matrix is the first step to escaping it. Remember, the power to reclaim your mind, and therefore your reality, lies within you. You have the potential to break free from limiting beliefs, expand your consciousness, and create a life of purpose, joy, and fulfillment. Reclaim that power and unleash the infinite potential that lies dormant within you. But what if the figure's disappearance wasn't an end, but a beginning? What if they left behind a map, guiding us to an even deeper understanding of reality? That's what we'll explore next. So, what was the core of the figure's message? The central tenet that seemed to both liberate and threaten? It was simple, yet profound. Awareness shapes reality. This wasn't just a philosophical musing, it was a practical guide to living, a key to unlocking your innate potential. By understanding that your consciousness isn't merely a passive observer, but an active participant in the creation of your reality, you can begin to consciously shape your world. Remember that our brains are the antenna and the focusing mechanisms, not the source. Everything you believe about yourself and your limitations, these beliefs act like filters, skewing and dimming the signal. This is about recalibrating, focusing the lens of the brain, and choosing what to manifest. Now, let's connect this core teaching to the societal control mechanisms we discussed. A population unaware of its power, convinced that it's at the mercy of external forces, is far easier to control than one that knows, can shape its own destiny. Think about the constant barrage of negative news designed to keep you in a state of fear and anxiety, or the endless stream of advertisements convincing you that you need to buy things to be happy and fulfilled. These are all subtle ways of manipulating your consciousness, directing your attention away from your inner power and toward external sources of validation. When you are unaware, then these manipulation tactics are extremely effective. However, with expanded awareness, these lose their grip as you regain your power to choose how to respond. But the nature of reality isn't simply a matter of individual wish fulfillment. It's a co-creation, a dance between your individual consciousness and a larger field of awareness. There is an objective world, and we are not fully in control. However, your unique perspective shapes how you experience and interact with that world, coloring it with your beliefs, emotions, and intentions. In this model, you aren't just living in the universe. You are the universe experiencing itself from a unique vantage point. Your thoughts and beliefs are not just private mental events. They're threads in the cosmic tapestry, influencing the whole. Consider someone like Nelson Mandela, who spent decades in prison for fighting against apartheid. He faced immense hardship and suffering, yet he never lost sight of his vision for a free and equal South Africa. He transformed himself from victim to leader. He maintained his awareness, his intention, and his belief in a better future. And ultimately, he played a pivotal role in shaping a new reality for his country. He serves as an enduring example of how one person, grounded in the truth of their own consciousness, can shift the course of history and demonstrate the shift from victim to creator. The lesson here is, never underestimate the power within you. The figure's teachings aren't new, but echoes of ancient wisdom that have reverberated throughout history. Think of the Buddhist concept of emptiness, the Hindu concept of Brahman, or the Hermetic principle of mentalism, all pointing to the fundamental truth that consciousness is the ground of all being. Throughout history, figures like Buddha, Jesus, and countless other spiritual teachers have shared similar messages of self-awareness, inner peace, and the power of intention. These ideas are always relevant. But why does this knowledge seem to be constantly suppressed or distorted? Perhaps it's because a truly awakened population poses a threat to those who benefit from the status quo, those who thrive on division, control, and exploitation. The suppression of knowledge is a recurring cycle in human history, a dance between those who seek to liberate consciousness and those who seek to control it. But we are at a critical juncture. With the rise of the internet and the increasing availability of information, it's becoming harder and harder to keep the truth hidden. The great awakening that we're witnessing is not something new, and this cycle of hidden and revealed is also something we've seen before. But our hyperconnectivity is new, and the velocity of information is something unprecedented. Understanding the power of consciousness comes with immense personal responsibility. If your awareness truly shapes reality, then you have a moral obligation to use that power wisely, to create a world that is aligned with your highest values, a world that is rooted in love, compassion, and justice. What kind of world are you creating with your thoughts, your words, your actions? Are you contributing to the problem, or are you working towards a solution? Each moment offers a chance to choose, to shape reality with intention. The ethical implications of this understanding are profound, and they call for a deep commitment to personal integrity and social responsibility. The future needs more people who are willing to take on this role. The awakened individual is aware of their consciousness and uses it to create a more positive reality for themselves and others. They are not passive bystanders, but active participants in the creation of their world. They are mindful of their thoughts, emotions, and intentions, and they consciously choose to align them with their highest aspirations. They are compassionate, empathetic, and committed to serving the greater good, and they know that true power comes not from external sources, but from within. Envision a world populated by such individuals. What, then, are we to make of the figure's disappearance? Perhaps it was a necessary step in their own journey, a transcendence of the physical realm. Or perhaps it was a deliberate act, a way of sparking further inquiry, of challenging us to question everything we thought we knew. Maybe they simply completed what they came here to do. We may never know for sure. The possibilities remain open: ascension to a higher plane of existence, or silencing by those who feared their message. Or perhaps the truth lies somewhere in between, a complex interplay of choice and circumstance. What matters most is not the details of their disappearance, but the message they left behind, the seeds of awareness that they planted in our minds. Even without knowing the certain reason, what is certain is that they disappeared, and they may have done so intentionally to spark the flame of discovery within us. What now? Continue exploring your own consciousness. Practice meditation, visualization, and affirmation. Question your beliefs, challenge your assumptions, and seek out alternative perspectives. Connect with others who are on a similar journey. Share your experiences, offer your support, and create a community of conscious individuals. Even in the face of uncertainty and potential opposition, you have the power to create positive change through conscious awareness. The world needs you to awaken to your true potential, to reclaim your power, and to become a conscious co-creator of reality. Even if powerful opposition exists, you can create positive change through conscious awareness. But what about the potential of collective consciousness to shape global events? If individual consciousness can shape individual reality, what can happen when many minds work together, focused on a common intention? Is it possible to create a more peaceful, just, and sustainable world through collective conscious effort? What new research could reveal this dynamic? These questions invite us to consider how individual transformation can ripple outwards, influencing the larger world. What if other realities exist beyond our current perception, realities that are accessible through expanded states of consciousness? What if dimensions of existence have yet to be explored, and new laws of physics are still waiting to be discovered? While the exploration of alternative realities presents challenges such as verifying experiences and navigating the subjective nature of consciousness, potential rewards, including expanded understanding of existence and human potential, make it a frontier worthy of contemplation. Now, share your experiences and insights in the comments section below. What resonated most with you in this video? What questions are you still grappling with? What practices have you found most helpful in expanding your own consciousness? Let's create a community of conscious explorers, supporting each other on this journey of self-discovery. What discussions can you participate in to foster this community and make it strong? And be sure to check out our other videos on meditation techniques, reality creation exercises, and interviews with experts in the field of consciousness. Read books, join online forums, attend workshops. The journey of self-discovery is a lifelong pursuit, and there are countless resources available to support you along the way. The most important thing is to take that first step, to commit to exploring your own consciousness and unlocking your true potential. Thank you for joining me on this exploration. The journey continues, and the destination is within.